In this video, we're going to learn how to apply the addition counting principle. Addition principle of counting or addition counting principle is also known as the rule of sum, which states that if you have two or more disjoint sets, these are sets that have no elements in common or no intersection. The total number of elements in the union of these sets is simply the sum of the number of elements in each set. If A and B are the two disjoint sets, then A union B equals A plus B, where A union B is the number of elements in the union of sets A and B, and A is the number of elements in set A, and B is the number of elements in set B. In simple words, just add the elements or outcomes in the events. If two or more events have common outcomes or elements, or with intersections, in other words. How to apply the addition principle of counting. Okay, this is also known as the principle of inclusion and exclusion. The addition counting principle with intersections is used when dealing with sets that have some common elements. They are not disjoint. If you have two sets, A and B, the total number of elements in the union of these sets is given by A union B equals A plus B minus A intersection B, where A union B is the number of elements in the union of sets A and B, A is the number of elements in set A, B is the number of elements in set B, and A intersection B is the number of elements common to both sets. It is also known as the intersection. This principle helps in accurately counting the total number of elements without double counting the elements in the intersection or overlaps. In simple words, if there are common elements or outcomes in two or more events or sets, add all the outcomes in each event and subtract the common elements. Example 1. Raphael's Bake Shop has a selection of 5 different croissants, 3 different pies, and 6 different muffins. If you are to select a tasty treat, how many different choices of pastries can you choose from? You can choose from the following: 5 different croissants, 6 different muffins, and 3 different pies. To find the total number of different choices, simply add them together. Therefore, there are 14 choices of treats that you can choose from Raphael's Bake Shop. Number 2, at the dealership in Austin City, there are 10 sedans, 7 SUVs, 4 sports cars, and 5 pickup trucks for sale. If you are planning to buy exactly 1 SUV or 1 pickup truck, how many choices do you have? To solve this, consider the number of each type of vehicle you're interested in. Number of SUVs, 7. Number of pickup trucks, 5. Adding this together gives you the total number of choices. So you have 12 different choices if you want to buy either an SUV or a pickup truck. Number 3, a company is selecting a team leader from 2 different departments. Department A has 6 candidates and Department B has 8 candidates. How many total ways are there to elect a team leader from either Department A or Department B? 6 candidates from Department A plus, just add all the candidates from Department A and B to get the total ways to elect a team leader from either Department A or Department B. Therefore, there are 14 candidates. Example 4. In a standard deck of playing cards, how many cards are either red face cards or the ace of spades? In a standard deck of playing cards, there are 2 red suits, the heart and the diamonds. In each red suit, there are 3 face cards, the jack, queen, and king. So there are 6 red face cards in the 2 red suits, while there's only 1 ace of spades. Add them, so there are 7 cards that are either red face cards or the ace of spades. In a standard deck of playing cards, how many cards are either a heart or a face card? There are 13 heart cards in a standard deck, plus 12 face cards, but there is a card that is both a heart and a face. Subtract that. Therefore, there are 22 cards that are either a heart or a face card. Number 5. In a school library, there are 150 fiction books, 90 non-fiction books, and 30 books that are both fiction and non-fiction. How many unique books are there in the library? To solve this, we just need to add the disjoint sets, the 150 fiction books plus 90 non-fiction books, minus the overlaps or the intersection, which is the 30 books that are both fiction and non-fiction. So 150 plus 90 minus 30, therefore there are 210 unique books in the library. Number 6. At a university, there are 120 students in the arts club, 80 students in the chess club, and 40 students who are members of both clubs. How many unique students are members of at least one of these clubs? Again, applying the rule of sum or the principle of inclusion and exclusion here, because there is an intersection or overlaps. Adding the disjoint sets, 120 students from the arts club plus the 80 students in the chess club minus the overlaps or the intersection, we're going to exclude this 40 students who are members of both clubs. Therefore, there are 160 unique students who are members of at least one of the clubs. In a coin collection, there are 50 coins from the 20th century, 30 coins from the 21st century, and 15 coins that belong to both the 20th and 21st centuries. How many unique coins are in the collection? Applying the rule of thumb or the principle of inclusion and exclusion, because there is an intersection or common elements on both sets. Adding the disjoint sets, 50 coins from the 20th century and 30 coins from the 21st century, minus the 15 coins that belong to both centuries. Therefore, there are 65 unique coins in the collection. That's it. I hope you've learned something from this. Don't forget to subscribe to learn more.